Hey, what's going on? Tony here from LearnAutoBodyAndPaint. I am going to show you how to set up the ATOM X20 spray gun and a complete disassemble and reassemble of the spray gun, including a few maintenance tips. Initially, like I say, when you're buying any brand new spray gun, okay, you are going to have a little bit of oil inside of your fluid tip area and inside the gun. They do this, they give this special coating at the factory to prevent any type of corrosion when it's sitting on the warehouse for weeks or months at a time. So it's always best to clean out your spray gun as soon as you get it. Quickly, we're gonna take off our tip here, or cap. We're going to, I think this is a 14 millimeter on the, nope, 12 millimeter, my mistake. Where is my 12? And you want to do this very, very easily, because very lightly with care, we don't want to mess these tips up. So we're just going to unscrew that. Okay, and you can see that, yes, it has some sort of bluish coating on it. So we're going to make sure we wash that. The other thing you want to do is take out your fluid tip here. So we're just going to unscrew this. Be careful. There's a spring in back of here. And if you pull this out, there's a plastic cap here. Just remember that this plastic cap always goes on the knob side. And it does come off. If it does come off, it doesn't matter what side, what end of the spring it goes on. Okay, it's the same thing. So we're just going to keep this together. You could actually wash this down as well if you want to. So what I like to do is, once you do this, right, so you can see the blue coating on the tip as well. It's like a grease. So we're just going to give this a quick pull, which pushes out our needle from the back, and then just pull this out slowly. And you can see that we have some greasy oil here protecting our tip here, right? So what we're going to do is grab a little bit of lacquer thinner on a brush. And it's better to use lint-free towels. I like the blue shop towels. In fact, I have some. These are the towels you'd like to use, any type of lint-free towel. Okay, so what I like to do is, first, I usually like to wash this out with the cup on, but we'll just do it this way. We just want to clean it, put some fluid inside here. Just take some of the oil off here, well, all of the oil off. All right, clean it up really good. Don't be afraid to put lacquer thinner in here. This is what we're doing to clean everything up, okay? Dry it up. Same thing with the cap here. Clean it up. And it's always good to have an air nozzle here as well, so you can blow things out. Wipe it down. Same thing with our nozzle tip here. And you'd probably want to put gloves on. Don't do it like how I do it here. Quickly get your air, right, and just blow it out like that. Okay. Same thing, we'll just hit the spring quick, get that light coating of grease off. Okay, that's pretty much all you want to do. You don't want to mess with the fan knob, and don't take this off. You don't need to really take the fan knob off. So that's pretty much it. Okay, you don't want to take this off. Okay, do not take this piece off. This stays on the gun. All right, so the next step is basically we will screw our tip back in. Make sure you don't strip it. Okay, gonna give this a quick little tighten, not too much. This is something you got to be very extra careful with. You don't want to drop this tip, because if you damage this and dent this, your fan pattern is going to be totally messed up. You're going to have to buy a complete rebuild kit, tip kit, which is not bad with the Atoms. They're very affordable, so you're not going to have to worry if you have to get one. They're quite inexpensive. There you go. You can actually see inside. So make sure this is not turned, and make sure you could actually get your needle in right there. See that? Okay, because if this bar in here is turned, it'll prevent your needle from going in. So make sure that lines up, right? Okay, so we're just gonna push through all the way. And if we look at our tip here, we're gonna see our, see our tip just fit right in, perfect. Now we're gonna put our spring back in, plastic side out. And we're gonna get our cap and just give it a quick tighten. Let's put our air cap back on. Make sure this is horizontal. If you're holding it, give it a quick snug. As far as fluid flow, I like to always have full fluid flow. So what I do is squeeze it all the way down, tighten this until it just starts to touch. Okay, that's it right there. And that's full fluid flow. You could give it a little quick 1/8 turn inside if you want. Okay, but if you see here, if you tighten it all the way down, your trigger's not gonna go down. That's your fluid flow. You're limiting your fluid flow, which means your needle is not going back as far for fluid to come out. So the farther back your needle sits back, the more fluid's gonna come out, right? So when you're painting any type of base coat, clear coat, you wanna make sure you have full fluid flow. It's the best way to set up your spray gun. Okay, so all the way down, tighten, okay, until it just touches, and then I would do like 1/8 or 1/4 turn and you're good to go. So that's pretty much it as far as cleaning your gun and getting it set up. When you first get it, the other thing you would want to do is put your cup on. We can see that it already has a gasket inside your cup, so there's no need to put any plumber's tape over here. So we're just going to go ahead, tighten this up. Okay, what I like to do is put some thinner in the cup, wash it out, shoot some thinner out. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of thinner in my cup. Okay, we'll clean the cup out, right? And then we will just make sure we shoot some fluid out so the fluid passages are clean. You could also hook it up to some air, blow some air through it, blow some solvent through it, clean it out that way, and then you're basically good to go. Okay, pretty easy setting up your brand new spray gun. And once you flip it over, pull the trigger all the way so the rest of the fluid comes out. So squeeze it. So once it's upside down, you're draining it out. Squeeze it like that so all the fluid comes out. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So you'd want to just clean the inside like that quickly, finish it up, and your gun is good to go. So that's it for the ATOM X20. The other thing you want to do is put some plumber's tape on here. This way you could get your air regulator screwed on. We'll just take a little bit of plumber's tape, and we want to put it on clockwise because that's the way you're going to be screwing on your air regulator here, okay? And we're gonna talk about that in just a second. So we're just gonna put this on here, go around it 2-3 times, okay, like that. And just make sure you push it out of the way of the air fitting here, where the air goes through. And this just screws right on pretty easily. And I like to give it a tighten just like that. So when I'm holding my gun, spraying and adjusting, I can adjust like this, okay, and see my 26 to 28 PSI when I'm spraying base coat. Once you have this air regulator on, you'd want to open up and make sure this is wide open because this is an internal air regulator as well. You want to make sure it's wide open because you're going to be using this instead, gauging your air pressure right over here. Simple. Once you're in the Learn Auto Body and Paint VIP course, I show you exactly how to how to set this up with paint coming out, spraying, and everything else. But in this video, this is just an overall breakdown and rebuild of the ATOM X20 spray gun. When you get it, make sure you wash it out, like I said. And basically, this gun is ready for paint. And say you mixed your paint, you have your paint in your cup. Make sure that you always do a test against a piece of paper on a wall or on the masked area of the car to just see how your pattern flow is coming out. Check your air pressure. Remember, base coat, you're always going to want to spray at 26 to 27 PSI, maybe 28, but usually 26 to 27 PSI as the air is coming out. So you would gauge this, adjust it here, 26, 27 PSI, while only air is coming out, not when fluid's coming out. Clear coat, anywhere from 28 to 30 PSI. I've had the best results at around 29 PSI with clear coats. So that's pretty much it. Hope you liked the video. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions, and that's that. Thanks, bye-bye.